Well, hello, and welcome to another installment of Progress Not Perfection. Today is November the 12th, 2025. It is a chilly day here in Ocala, Florida, that is for sure. Low 30s this morning. It'll warm up to a nice day, but it is cold right now. So I've got my favorite little, warm beverage. That'd be a decaf coffee with a little unsweetened coconut milk in it. I did give myself the treat of putting is it a Truvia? Just a kiss of sweetness in there, and oh, it feels so good, nice and warm in my hands. But I put liquid white on the canvas already. That was kind of my video check. That one may actually make it into the library just as a good example of putting on liquid white. I'm just going to dive in and kind of see what happens. I got a bunch of colors on the palette today. Kind of have a thought in mind, have a special group, two special groups that I'll get to do an event for next week. One is a leadership retreat, and I'm really excited about doing that. So this is kind of what I'm thinking we'll lead them through, something similar to this. And then I get to do a demo a week from tomorrow. It's actually for a homeschool group that meets at a local church once a week for different group events. There's a great PE type facilities at this church, so the kids all get to do that sort of stuff. I'm just excited. I'm going to do a painting demonstration for them. Those are so fun to do. So fun to do. Got to do First Friday Art Walk this past Friday night down at the square in Ocala. Man, that was so fun. I love it when people, oh, they walk up talking about their favorite memory of watching this on PBS and Bob's show, or the ones who watch currently and see Nick on TV. That's exciting stuff. So this video, again, not going to be instructional. I'm going to just kind of run through my commentary of whatever comes to mind, and we'll just kind of see where we're going to go. You may have seen me do some crimson, some pink in the sky before. Gosh, I've just so enjoyed getting up so early in the morning, and these colors that happen in the sky are just astonishing. And it just does not get old to me. So it's kind of the running commentary and dialogue in my head and my day and my faith and spiritual walk with my Creator. And man, it's just special. It's just special. And there's just all these different values of color, and oh, it's just magnificent. My old behavior would have had me almost up late enough to witness some of those things, but I was often too polluted to be paying much attention. Oh, I'm happy to say that's not the case anymore. Oh, so what's been going on in your world? Gosh, we're over, I believe we're over 700 videos now on YouTube. I'm still just so touched that over 1,000 subscribers have found their way here. I hope, I'd love to know what your passions are. And not everybody has to put their stuff on YouTube. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. But what are you into? What could you do all day and not even notice that time goes by? I've had several inquiries about the coaching program that I am a student of, and it is absolutely wonderful. Really getting a lot out of it. Putting a lot into it. I'm pretty proud to say also. I mean, today is phase 2, day 19, which means I am 49 days in a row of doing some things, daily disciplines, purposefully in a thought out way, in a way that suits the way I like to start my day. And that's prayer, meditation, fasting, journaling, reading, exercising. It's a lot of ings, a lot of actions, a lot of participation, purposeful, in the moment, present. Ah, man, it's I can tell you how it feels from the inside and how the earth suit is feeling towards the rest of it. And it is a wonderful, wonderful feeling. You know, it's crazy. I have journaled about and even shared in our coaching group about it that, you know, I'm 51 years old, and I have certainly been through some periods in my life where I was committed to a workout program or wanted this health thing or that or whatever. And I would do, gosh, I don't know how many different exercise programs and things. And come on, I've known for a long time, eat less, move more. You know, when you're eating healthy things, we can all read the labels. It's never come so, it's not easy. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's so simple at this stage of I don't know, age, perhaps some maturity and wisdom. I'm optimistic. But it's like my body is craving it. I am finally participating wholeheartedly in the disciplines that are good for me. And they're not restrictive in any way. If anything, it's the opposite. It's complete liberation. It's, you know, freedom is I've misunderstood it for so long, I think. And it's just, freedom is not the absence of responsibility. It's a willingness to hold yourself to a much higher level of responsibility, accountability, of, I don't want to screw this up. I want to do this right and be able to make sure it's insured for those that come after me. And I'm getting a late start, man. You know, I missed the boat, and I don't have to do these grandiose things, but I need to be in charge of me and do my part to the best of my ability. And man, I think I've been doing that lately, and I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm hoping to share with you that, golly, if there's hope for a prodigal like me, oh, then there's certainly space and hope for everybody else. That's my point. Let's see. What are we going to do in there now? We're going to put some, let's just creep in from the edges with some blue at this point, I think. Yeah, I'm good with that. Blue's my favorite color, so that is a pretty easy and fun thing for me. So if you saw a couple of the episodes, we had two cameras working. Nope, not for me. I could not get my bearings right, and I was all out of sorts there. So we may figure that out, but that was such a inhibitor to what this is meant to be, that I have invited the accountability to protect us all from me taken over parts I have no business even discussing, let alone taking over or being in charge of. I'm talking about technology. I need to know my lane. Yes, yes, yes. Feels much better in my lane and letting myself be led out of and taking the steps out of that comfort zone so that I still get nudged in the growth direction. But I don't need to be flailing about in waters I got no skill set for. That's somebody else's area of expertise, huh? Not mine. You know, one thing I do like about putting liquid white on first is really just lets me kind of wander around and see what's happening. Going to happen in this painting. Most of the time, I prefer to just go for it. I don't, if I'm practicing for a class or have a certain thing that I know I'm doing a certain painting for a group or for a demo or something like that. Yeah, and I'll tell you if I've got a reference or I'm looking at my notes over here, but I would much rather just go for it. See what happens. I struggle trying to plan too much of what's going to happen. That just makes me, it stresses me out, really. Because I understand there's some artistic things happening here on this canvas. But in my head, it's a process that I've learned and practiced and adhere to most of the time. There are some things I like to vary outside of the exact book, chapter, and verse that I've been taught. But that's all right. I'm not trying to rewrite the book. I'm just doing what's comfortable and enjoyable to me, because first and foremost, this is meant to be fun and a release and a creative outlet. And that's why I fell in love with it. And I liked the way it looked when it came out of my brush. I liked the way it felt at the end of my brush. I just like the way it makes my head feel, my heart feel. So if I can also teach you something, well, hallelujah, fantastic, wonderful. Use it until you've let it change in your hand and put your spin on it. And yeah, somebody else can be a good example, but don't necessarily copy. Do your version of it. What's your spin on it? That's where the secret sauce is, man. Ooh, that makes my head feel good thinking about it like that. One thing that has been on my mind, over my adult lifetime, at least since my early 20s, I have been exposed to some wonderful business opportunities. Some I got involved with, some I did quite a few of the correct business growing behaviors and had some level of success. Certainly enjoyed it. Sadly, I often, every time, either never pushed the gas down hard enough or just let my efforts off. Because I really, in some counseling much closer to recent times, have discovered for most of my life, I've had a deep, deep, deep fear of success. So I sabotage my own success. Now that I understand that, And I've settled in my heart that the different battles that were going on in head and heart about being successful and being a good person and actions being congruent with those sort of things. Just maturity. Just that's kind of what I'm enjoying and describing here. But man, I took my foot off the gas, and so recently, through just my life events and certainly the economic stuff of, again, I'm not consuming news products, but I know there's still some of this government shutdown nonsense. I'm more aware than ever that I need alternative sources of income going at all the same time. So yes, there are some things I do to make an income from a painting. I do teach locally. I do some special events. There's wonderful fun. I work with a friend of mine who's a commercial painter. It's probably only averaged a day, maybe 2 a week because of my schedule. And hell, I'm 51, I'm 51 years old. I'm not a 20-year-old super strong young kid anymore. So, I got to tell him seriously what I can physically do and such, but that's helping him. I'm being useful. I'm being puts a few bucks in my pocket. That's nice. But beyond that, I have gotten involved in crowdfunding a crypto mine that is happening here in the U.S. I mean, that's a wonderful story. That's more than I'm going to get into here on this video. I mean, golly, if crypto is of interest to you, that is such a wonderful category of the financial world that is changing. I mean, my background in banking and mortgages and financial services, I love that conversation just because I was in the mega banks when that was happening, and I missed it. I mean, it was a surprise to me when it got approved to use crypto just like any other asset for acceptable funds in a mortgage transaction. That was crazy back then. Anyway, so intriguing. I'm so glad to be in the learning process of what I think is part of a financial revolution worldwide. I mean, it's pretty darn exciting if you dive in and we'll do some education. And I am not talking about the day trading, all these meme coins. Hey, there's a place in the marketplace for that, fine, so be it. But it's the difference between day trading stocks, penny stocks that are just here today, gone tomorrow, and a real long-term vision of building wealth through all the opposite end of the spectrum from that. So be wise. Don't think you're going to do 2 seconds worth of something and it's going to be, you're going to be the next Bitcoin bajillionaire. Well, I mean, sure, some things can happen quickly, but come on, let's be adults here. Let's think rationally. Let's think a little more long term. At least that's where I'm going. So anyway, if you've got some interest in that, I will share with you the company I'm involved with, the specifics about it, where I'm at in the learning curve. I mean, it's a wonderful category, and if that's the right place for you to be involved as well, and there's still the ability to do so, well, by all means, I'll help you get involved with the company the same way I did. It's quite simple to do. We'd be in business together. How fun would that be? The other thing, I am very excited to be helping a friend of mine named James. He and his wife have launched a wonderful network marketing company. They've got 17 years experience in the industry. They've been top leaders in 4 different companies. They've just put it together in the way that they believe is the right compensation plan, the right product, which is a wonderful hydration powder you add to water. Completely healthy. I mean, it's wonderful. If that kind of thing appeals to you, shoot me a comment or message through the video thing here, the conversation piece. Be happy to share that with you if that's the right fit. I'm just talking about find something that excites you. Find someone, if I don't have that big a vision and the execution prowess to get that done, my friend James and his wife do. I mean, so their dream's big enough for me to get excited about helping them get there. And that makes me feel good inside. Now, is there quite likely a financial upside for me? Yeah, I think, on both of those things. But my motivation's different this time. You know, I pursued money so aggressively before, caught a little bit of it, never did a good job keeping it. But man, that was just so empty. I mean, I'd give it all. Well, there ain't nothing left to give. We spent it. But I'd trade making what I thought was good money for the time I wasted chasing it. Boy, I'd swap you that in 2 seconds to rebuild our family and have those days back to spend with Andrew and be a better husband to Lori and a better dad to Brandon. And, you know, even if Andrew's days expired the same way they did, if I had that time back, I do not think Lori and I would be about at the signature part of the divorce process. I mean, I think that it's just that part's sad to me. I went in pursuit of something, I found it, and it was so empty and absolutely not what I thought. I know a lot of great people that make boo-koodles of money. Don't hear me wrong. I'm talking about this guy who was managing me and managing that stuff back then. I needed a new manager. I was not wise in those ways. I could preach the message about money, but I certainly did not follow my own teachings very well. Yeah, that's just a fact. That's not beat Dan up. Used to be beat Dan up. But I'm trying to get out. I'm staying out of that business now. Because, you know, one things that parts I do catch from just conversations locally, and I do move a little slower through my days and errands out, and I'll stop and chat with somebody in Walmart, where is often my destination for groceries, or Aldi. With this government shutdown business, is it just proves to me none of us need to be dependent on something that is so behemoth that we have zero control over it, you know? Whether that be Social Security as your source of income. I mean, you know, one thing I gotta say, none of us can complain that Social Security is not enough of an income. Read the letter they send you every year. I've gotten one of those letters every year since, gosh, I think it started back in the early 80s. You get that letter around your birthday. It says how much they've got you. I mean, because I've had a job and been paying taxes since I was 14 years old. It shows you your contribution to Social Security. It gives you a projection, a fantasy land number of what they're saying they're going to be paying you out. But it says right on the front, this is not meant to be your only source of income. It's one leg of a three-legged stool. I mean, your own savings, investments, they're one of the legs of a stool. And so if we don't do a good job following those instructions, what do you want? Okay. I mean, I drank way too long. I had health problems that I will deal with the rest of my days. Have some very damaged and broken relationships over it. Well, yeah, that's what happens at the end of that. Now, is there some addiction, and is there the disease of alcoholism in there? Well, yeah, but I still went willingly. I participated in it, didn't get help earlier on. I mean, so there are consequences to my choices. I'm not happy about that. I don't like them all, but that's just the fact of the matter. I don't get to wave a magic wand and undo. Sure, I can make amends and restore things if there's a financial component or something like that. But in some cases, that's going to be a graveside conversation. So I can't just wave a magic wand, right? I mean, so my point in all of that is I don't want to be even remotely dependent on a government that can shut down and have that much control over me. No thanks. So I'm participating in the crypto world. There's certainly the upside of value, and that's part of it. I want to learn because I do believe this is going to become the way currency is done, but worldwide. I don't see technology slowing down. I don't see people losing interest in an honest and transparent and actual currency. Our current monetary system is completely broken. There's so much to that conversation. And it's not political, it's historical, it's a business. I mean, just follow it. It's there. Anyhow, let's paint. I think we're going to have a few little stringy clouds. And then I think we're going to have some mountains and some trees. Probably not wintertime on this one. Maybe not wintertime. Let's do, let's have a mountain. We'll put a mountain way back there. So we'll take some. Got to remember what order you put your paints on your palette. Do that the same way every time, and it's easier to remember. That it certainly is. Boy, I like that little pink part. It was so fun at First Friday Art Walk. A young couple came up, and I don't know, you can just kind of feel it when somebody is totally into watching it. You can tell they're probably into some type of creative thing themselves, and they just sort of have this happiness about them. It feels good. And so I could feel that was happening with these two people over my right shoulder. And as I got to just chatting with them, and they were just so positive and complimentary and friendly, and I mean, just it's so fun. The female of the pair, she and I really don't have the same language in common to communicate. So he's doing a wonderful job keeping us in this conversation. I mean, it was it was so they're just yeah, nice. Certainly younger than me people, and I just had a ball talking to him. And he's telling me that she draws and is very creative and really good. And so she kept kind of creeping forward because I'm right-handed, so I'm over here, and I actually encouraged her. She was willing to. She took the knife from me and put some highlights and some snow on the mountain. And it was her first time painting oil paints. Oh, she just loved it. Oh, it was just, man, it was fun. Why was I telling you that? Lost my train of thought. Oh, but he and I have stayed in touch via text because um, couldn't figure out how to do it as a surprise. So they're going to be heading back. He's been here helping grow a business. He was supposed to be here for a few weeks. He's almost been here for 6 months. He's done that well building this local distribution, moving it from Orlando. Oh, it's just such a sharp young guy. But anyhow, they're going to be going back home where they're from, and so this painting is going to go with them. Well, it's freezing cold winter, and it's not cold for where they're from, so it's that's going to be cool. But I couldn't figure out a way to do it as a surprise, so I just told him, and actually I had her sign it with me. So we both signed it because she painted on it. Oh, it was so cool. He's taking pictures. Oh man, it was fun. Oh. You know what's awesome about that? I have no idea what the politics are where they're from. I don't have any idea what their socioeconomic experience is really. We just connected and had some fun. Had some fun hanging out. Isn't that cool? Now he and I did trade some texts in the days since, and with him finishing up this project, he may be helping us out with the hydration company and taking that back to where they're from. So he'd be first one there, helping with that. Wouldn't that be cool? Well, let's not bring snow down too much. We're not doing snow on this one. That's what we said, isn't it? Okay. We're going to do some greener pastures, greener valleys stuff, I think. Yeah. We'll just kind of rocky some of this up a little bit instead of have it be so snowy. There we go. We'll just keep some snow up top there. See, change your mind, you change your mind. No worries. Oh, let's take a little of this. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but let's just try it. Sure. Why not? Just put a little pink highlight, like it's getting a little reflected light off of our pink sky there. I actually like that a lot. See, that's why you ought to try things. Dano, listen to your advice. I do love the little knife for this purpose. Gosh, you can just get in anywhere you want to be. Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. There we go. That's all we got to do. Yeah, we'll just make some mist down here. I have to step back and have a sip of my coffee and take a look and see what we got here. See if we're okay with what we're cooking here. I feel like we are. I feel like we're doing all right. Step back just out of arm's reach so I can see what's shaking here. Let me do one minor reposition on the camera. Still try to be out of the way, but I'm just going to try and capture that right side a little better. Just an attempt. We'll see what happens. See if we like that in edit. All right, well, let's put in, well, we just have some distant rolling foothills way out there that we'll have get progressively closer and bigger. We'll just kind of have them pretend they grow out of that. Maybe we won't even be able to tell. Sometimes this metal easel kind of bank, bank, bank if I get to touching real fast. So I'm just going to, hoping my hand is out of the way there. Just going to just like that. We've tucked our mountain way on back there. Isn't that wonderful? Oh man, gosh, over 1,000 subscribers still. Oh, did you get a chance to go look at the school channel as it's building? Because a lot of the curriculum is going to get moved over there. It'll be organized. It's a work in progress. So if you've got interest in this, the school platform and layout will be much simpler organized. It'll be much easier to find things by topics and, broken into sequential things. Much easier for our dialogue back and forth, any questions you have. So please do keep an eye on that, SKOOL, and the direct link will be in the description of this video. On some of the comments on other videos, I have the school link. Of course, it's pretty long, but you'll see that the regular school, then it's the identifier for where ours is inside that. So just that's a valid link. I'm dropping those in the comments as I can. And it's the closest way to send you a direct invitation. So anyway, that's that. I want to change the color. I want to start making this a little more green. I want to put some green in this one. So we're going to kind of switch to a little soft green and just kind of see what we start getting and see if we like it. As we get closer, 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 you know, maybe we'll have let's use another fan brush. We'll darken some of that up in a few places. That's where they might start getting to be a little more definitive. Isn't that fun? Let's go for it. There in that brush. Can't make a mistake. Even if you do. Who knows but you, and just put another little tree over it. It'll be fine. Soften this out some. I wonder if that's where the water's edge is going to start. It's kind of feeling like it. Maybe this should be the lake area we've been thinking about. What do you think? Yeah, let's give that a go. So what should we pull down in there? Let's pull down a little dark. Oh, we can use the fan brush. That's fun. Works every time. Yesterday was Veterans Day, so our uh, municipal uh, garbage pickup and recycling pickup got bumped a day. Those guys are coming by today. Boy, it is so much better today out. It's cold, but man, yesterday that wind, and it was really the first time we felt cold like that this year. Oh man, it was tough for me to be outside yesterday. I was feeling for anybody who's outside. My friends on the paint crew, boy, whew, golly fellas, it was windy and cold for me yesterday. I got to tell you, I'm thankful that my day was inside and not out on a work setup like that. That would have been a tough thing. My old bones. Oh, let's just sneak in a little bit of a shoreline here. We don't need tons and tons and supreme detail back here. It's too far away. We can put in the idea. Just the idea of a little bit of a land back there holding up our world, can't we? I don't see why not. My canvas today, and it feels like that's where we should be. Boy, I'm way up there in the woods, though. We put that reflection down here. We better do something about that. We will address that in just a moment. Thank you. Paint saying, "Brr, it's cold. We don't want to go." I understand that. Let's just have this come right down like that then. No problemo. We don't have problems. I like that. Got to back up just far enough again to see what we're looking at. Yeah, it's going to be okay. Like what we're doing here. We're going to have a big old tree or two on this side. Let's get on with that. Let's have a bigger brush. Yeah, let's get some real dark happening here. We'll really make this a beautiful dark tree. Dark couple of trees, I bet you. Yeah, we're really going to go for it. This is going to be over here on this side. We'll do some big evergreens. And yeah, let's have a big one to start. I still like that cloud though, so I don't want to cover too much of it. Just kind of think like a tree and just shake that tree out of that brush. It's in there. It's in there, I assure you. There it is. It was so much fun. Let's load up another one. Black, Mountain Mix, Rouge and Bleu, and green. Let's have a little tree over here too. There we go. I'm thinking that beeping sound is outside because I am not familiar with whatever that is. I'm just going to put in a bunch of trees here. Maybe some grassy things, but boy, when trees are going good, keep the flow, man. Keep it going. Let's, why not have another big one? Can we have another big one here in the middle? Sure we can. Oh, we put a big one right here. I like that idea. Why not? Just go for it. Yeah, maybe that one's sitting up on a little bit of a knoll of grass that just connects down this way. And who knows, maybe it comes over this way too. Why not? It could do that, couldn't it? Sure it could. Part of this is stalling because I don't know what I want to do up here yet. Also a good way to just clean off the brush. Well, we know we're going to have some highlights on those trees to some degree. I don't know. I kind of like them dark, dark, dark like that, so we won't lighten them up much. Let's put in a couple more trees while we're figuring out what we're going to do. So all that brush clean out I did, I'm going to reload it right back up again. That's all right, isn't it? That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. All right. All right. Let's have another tree. Trees like to grow in friend groups. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll have. Is we'll just have some more kind of foliage things, some brighter colors. Yeah, I'm liking where we're going. Okay. All right. All right. Took me a minute to see where we were. So be gentle. Be gentle. Let's just put a little lighter green on some of this. I don't want a bunch of bright highlight. I like these green evergreens to be nice and green. We'll put this one in the back. Some of these, just some light. Mostly dark though. Mostly dark. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. A little bit on these ones in the middle as well. Yeah, we'll still say the light's favoring the right side there. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. You decide in yours if that's important to you. It's never gotten me too twisted up, so. Here, that's nice. Would have liked to have made a bigger cup of coffee. That would be yummy. Let's do some greeny, yellowy, kind of bright highlights on some of these ground cover, and we'll see where we go from there, filling it in. So I got a little greenish. We'll just start mixing some yellows together. Kind of some springy little dandelion kind of weeds coming to life around this lake. I'm surprised how far I got on one load of paint. That's kind of nice. Let's take our green and a dark color here. We'll just kind of pull out some ground cover beneath it, a little shadowing. Just kind of softening this hill a little bit is really my thought. Let's kind of make some different grassy things here. I like doing that. If this works, it may not. We'll see. We may not like it once we get it there. That's how worried about it I am. Not at all. What's going to be furthest away here? Let's just kind of get something sneaking in along this hill. Yeah, we like that. Get a little further back in there. We'll pull this one right in front of that. Kind of have an idea sometimes in mind of what you're going to do with the slope, you know, the kind of how the land flows for you. And also just let some of it happen. Kind of just get your brush going, and how's it hitting the canvas? Do you like how the kind of flow is going? You may not. You may need to change it. Okay, change it. Just change it. Thought we'd see what might happen there. See if we can't blast in a pop of color here just for fun. May not look completely spring-like, but we'll see. We'll see what we get. I like a bright pop like that. Bright pop of color's not your thing like that. Change it. What would you do? Show it to me. I'm certainly not telling you this is the one color. My goodness. I love the fact that we will never create really the same exact color. I don't want to. I want to see what you got. I think we need a big old... Well, let's keep going with some bushy things. I kind of like how those are hitting the ground. That's what we're going to do. Maybe a little different shape. Something kind of cool. It's just kind of a rocky, thorny outcropping sort of thing over here. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I don't know. There we go. That's Kind of an extra cool little bush thing that don't know what's going on behind that, but that's a great place for little Bambi to hide, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Enough for one more little bush over here. A little grassy thing. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Try and spark up that color again. Oh yeah, let's go a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. Oh, there's an orange for you. I like that. Let's see what we get there. See if we like it on the canvas there. We'll let the lightest one be this way and pull this light through here. Watch this. Look at that firecracker. Yes, please. That's crazy, bro. I like that. I kind of crazy. But you're kind of crazy. Hmm? Oh, got a little more dark picked up in it than I thought. So let's just reset our color. Just change it. I really like that orange that we got fired up there for first part of that. A little more liquid white, a little more red, a little more yellow. See how every time the colors change, they're still related? Isn't that cool? The beauty of mixing them on the brush this way. And actually run out of paint. The lighter areas of your canvas, or the less light, it's magical how it works. It's not really magic. Magical, though. At least it is to me. I love the way that feels. Let's put this other bright one out here. Like it's basking in a little blaze of sunlight over there. How about that? I like that. Boys and girls, I think I'm ready to call that one done. I'm quite pleased with the way this adventure and walk transpired. Thank you for going along with me. I sign my paintings with some paint thinner. I like to use the bright red, and I do my initials. Take one more look through the viewfinder in just a second before I sign it off. Where should we sign this one? This one will be available for sale in the school platform. We'll call this one November 12, 5 trees. November 12th, 5 trees. So until next time, thanks for joining me. If I'm the first one today, I'm okay with that, but I hope I'm not the last. I love you, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Hour and 12 minutes. Okie doke.